Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Shahmi from class AM225 3D, and today I would like to present about the introduction of Cocoland Holdings Berhad and Harrison's Holdings Malaysia Berhad. Cocoland Holdings Berhad is an investment holding company. It was established in 1970s with small vendors that was managed by two siblings. However, it became successful in the mid-1980s, and Cocoland Holdings Group now was managed by 10 siblings. Moreover, in 2005, it was listed on the Bursa Malaysia. In addition, there are 7 manufacturing, trading and dormant companies under Cocoland Holdings Berhad. Cocoland Industri Sedian Berhad, that was located in Selangor, Darul Ihsan, is the main producer for Cocoland Holdings Group. Cocoland Industri Sedian Berhad was incorporated on the 23 January 1984 under the Act as the private limited company. The main product that was manufactured are chocolate, fruit gummy, hard candy, wafers, snacks and beverages. Next is Harrison's Holdings. Harrison's Holdings was founded in Malaysia under the Companies Act 1965 on 9th March 1990 as Jantoko's Trading Sedian Berhad as a private limited company and adopted its current name on October 1, 1991. On April 28, 1992, it was converted into a public company. The group listed on the Bursa Malaysia in October 1999. Harrison's also has a significant presence in the East Malaysian shipping agency industry, where it represents many major international and domestic shipping lines. Harrison's is currently derived mainly product manufacturing from the marketing, sales, warehousing, and distribution of fast-moving consumer goods, including brands covering packaged foods and beverages, personal care products, pet care, wine, beer, and household products in the FMCG division, building and engineering products, agricultural and industrial chemicals, and the operation of shipping and travel agencies. Harrison's is also one of the few companies in Malaysia with a network of 3 fully computerized travel ticketing and sales offices. In this report, we will be analyzing the liquidity ratios, profitability ratios, efficiency ratios, and leverage ratios from the annual reports of Cocoland Holdings Berhad and Harrison's Holdings Malaysia Berhad in 2020. Next is the analysis of liquidity ratios. The first one is current ratio. For every 1 ringgit of current liabilities, Cocoland's company has 6 ringgit and 44 cents of current assets. Meanwhile, Harrison's company, for every 1 ringgit of current liabilities, the company has only 1 ringgit and 73 cents of current assets. This shows that Cocoland's company be able to repay the current liabilities more than Harrison's company. Second one is quick ratio. For every 1 ringgit of current liabilities, Cocoland's company has 5 ringgit of current assets. Meanwhile, Harrison's company, for every 1 ringgit of current liabilities, the company only has 1 ringgit and 28 cents of current assets to repay the current liability. This shows that Cocoland's company has more liquid assets to repay the current liability than Harrison's company. Cocoland's company liquidity ratio is more efficient compared to the Harrison's company. This is shown by a higher current ratio and quick ratio of Cocoland compared to Harrison's company. This indicates that Cocoland's company has a higher ability to repay the current liability than Harrison's company. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is NAZREEN bin AZHAN, and I will present to you about profitability ratios between Harrison and Cocoland's company. Harrison company profitability ratio is worse than Cocoland's, as net profit margin is only 1 ringgit and 79 cent compared to 9 ringgit 44 cent that's shown by Cocoland's company. Thus, for every 100 sales, Harrison company only can generate 10 ringgit and 90 cent of net profit, which is lower than Cocoland's company that can generate 25 ringgit and 3 cent. In addition, Harrison's company return on asset is only 4 ringgit and 25 cent compared to Cocoland's company is 7 ringgit and 38 cent. This indicates that the ability of Harrison's company to make better return to investor using their assets is lower than Cocoland's company. Profitability ratio was divided into 4 categories, which is the first is net profit margin, and the formula is net profit divided by sales. For every 100 ringgit sales, Harrison company is able to generate 1 ringgit and 79 cents of net profit. Meanwhile, Cocoland's company, for every 100 ringgit of sales, the company is able to generate 9 ringgit and 44 cents of net profit. This indirectly shows that Cocoland company be able to make more net profit than Harrison's company. Second is gross profit margin, which is gross profit divided by sales. For every 100 of sales, Harrison company generates 10 ringgit and 90 cents of gross profit. Meanwhile, Cocoland's company, for every 100 ringgit of sales, the company can generate 25 ringgit and 3 cents of gross profit. This shows that the Cocoland's company gains more gross profit than Harrison company. Thirdly is return on asset, and we can get it from net profit divided by total asset. Harrison's company earns 4 ringgit 25 cents for every 100 investment of total assets. Meanwhile, Cocoland's company earns around 7 ringgit and 38 cents for every 100 ringgit investment of total assets. This shows that Cocoland's company get a more return on assets than Harrison's company. And the last but not least is return on capital employed, and how to get it is earning before interest and taxes divided by capital employed. For every 100 ringgit invested in capital, Harrison's company generate around 11 ringgit and 32 cents of operating profit. Meanwhile, Cocoland's company, for every 100 ringgit invested in capital, the company generates 10 ringgit and 80 cents of operating profit. This shows that Harrison company makes more operating profit than Cocoland's company.
Thank you to the previous presenter, and Assalamualaikum to Madam Jaizah. My name is NURHAYATI binti HASAN, and I will present about efficiency for both company, which is Harrison and Cocoland company. First and foremost, there are 3 ratios under the efficiency, which is inventory turnover, average collection method, and total asset turnover. As we can see, the Harrison company is less often replace their inventory than Cocoland, which is pretty good for the Cocoland company. But according to the Cocoland company, it's consumed 69 days to collect the debt, while Harrison company is only 64 days. Moreover, Harrison company can generate more profit for every 1 ringgit of average total asset, while Cocoland company able to make profit only for 78 cents for 1 ringgit of average total asset. As according to the company ratio analysis, the Harrison company is more efficient compared to the Cocoland company. It's evident in higher inventory turnover and lower average collection period of the Harrison company. However, Harrison company able to collect its debt shorter than Cocoland company. So to sum up, the Harrison company is more efficient as it's well managing its asset in employing the company total asset to make the profit.
Assalamualaikum to Madam Jaizah. My name is AKMAL HAKIM bin SHAHARUDDIN. So I will continue this presentation with leverage ratio for both company which are Harrison Holding Malaysia Berhad Groups and Cocoland Holding Berhad Groups. So basically, there are three terms to be considered in this leverage ratio, which are debt ratio, debt to equity ratio, and lastly is time interest in. So firstly, as you can see, the Harrison company have a higher debt ratio with 54.7% compared to Cocoland company with 10.47%. So the more debt ratio that Harrison company has is a signal by high debt ratio. This means the Harrison company is riskier as it is considered is big than Cocoland company. Apart from that, the Harrison company debt to equity ratio is equal to 124.98%, while Cocoland company has less debt to equity ratio, which is only 11.69%. So this proves that Harrison company has a higher ratio that measure the relationship between capital that contribute by creditor and the capital contributed by shareholder is higher than a Cocoland company. So lastly, the time interest of Harrison company is higher than Cocoland company, which is 6,272 times than 2,699 times respectively. So this interest shown the payment ability of the company against the debt it owes is the highest compared to Cocoland company. The higher of the Harrison company in debt ratio makes the company have a substantial risk of insolvency, which is not good for the company itself. Even though most assets are financed by the debt and have a substantial risk of insolvency, Harrison company ability against the debt is higher, which is 3,573 times more than Cocoland company. As a conclusion, according to both the financial report of Cocoland Holding Malaysia Berhad Groups and Harrison Holding Malaysia Berhad Groups that we review, we will determine that Cocoland Holding Berhad Group was get a higher profit compared to Harrison Holding Malaysia Berhad Group. So as a result, we may infer that a group or a company should prepare an annual financial reports. This purpose is to guarantee that the company runs smoothly and for a longer period. This is because each annual report contains a variety of essential data including liquidity ratio, profitability ratio, efficiency ratio, and a leverage ratio as well. So with these four ratio, a group or a company may ensure that their firm is free from any problem, financial risk, bad management, and that its equity, asset, and debt are all in a good condition. And finally, there are so many advantages that we get during and after completing this analysis of financial statement, such as gain a clearer understanding of the term that had been used in this learning topic, such as liquidity, profitability, the gross profit margin, and all of other terms. So all this knowledge can be used in the future, especially in analysis of the financial statement. So I guess that's all from me. Thank you.
So continue with me again. I will present on which company that we choose as a potential supplier and investor. the company we choose is a Cocoland Holding Berhad. This is because the Cocoland company has a better of liquidity ratio and they are more efficient meeting their short-term financial obligation. And it is also well in being a trusted customer for us, which is the supplier. Furthermore, in the term of profitability ratio, Cocoland Holding Berhad is a company that can give the higher profit as they're able to make more net profit, gross profit, and investment of total asset compared to Harrison. Meaning, if we were to invest in this company, we will be able to receive higher dividend. Other than that, if the company has a higher profit, it will lessen the risk of the company from being bankrupt. Of course, investors tend to invest in the company that have less risk and more for stability for operate for a longer period. Last but not least, Cocoland Holding Berhad has a lower in of the lower number of its debt ratio. It indicates that the lower of the Cocoland company in debt ratio make the company have lower substantial risk of insolvency, which is good for the company itself. That's mean the Cocoland company have lower substantial risk of insolvency, which is good for the company. So they able to manage their debt and make more profit. To relate with the previous statement, it will also mean that it will bring a win to both parties because Cocoland Holding can have investor and the investor can get and receive dividends without any doubt and worries. Thank you.